Hello. Right, this is lesson 2, adding and subtracting. Now, the thing with adding and subtracting is that most of it is part of a much more complex question. It's not very often that you're going to just simply add these numbers together, subtract these two numbers. It will be sort of a little bit of the answer in order to get what you need to know. For example, a list of items that you might buy in a grocery store, and they've all got individual prices and you just add them all up together. So that's where the functional skills element comes into it. It tries to put the mathematics into a scenario, but we've got to know the basics of adding and subtracting, and it can be tricky if you've not done this for a while, so it shouldn't be too long, this one. So we just add some numbers up together just to make sure that we can do this properly. So let's have a look. Well, I've got a 3 there. 3, 4, 2 plus 2, 1, 4. Okay, so you've got to make sure that whenever you're adding that you keep things in neat columns, and you start from the right and just work your way in towards the left, and you add the two numbers that are below each other on the right hand side. So 2 and 4 make 6, 4 and 1 make 5, and 3 and 2 make 5. No problem at all. That's just how to add numbers. The only tiny little complicated bit that you might get is if you get 7, 4, 6 and 3, 7, 6. And we'll add those two numbers together. So 6 and 6 are 12. So what do we do with the 12? Well, we put the 2 there, and then you've got 1 to carry over. So there's the 12, because as you know from the last lesson, the 12 is made up of 2 units and 1 10. So the 1 10, which is the 1 part of the 12, goes in the next column. So 4 and 7 are 11. Now you add this number on to it. 11 plus the 1 makes 12 again. So you get your 2 and your 1 goes over there. Now 7 and 3 make 10. Add the 1, 11. So you got 11, and you don't put it down there, so you may as well just put it straight up there. So that's how to add numbers with carrying over, that's called, because you get an answer in a single column that is more than 9. That's nice and easy, yeah? Nice and easy. We won't do decimals, that's another lesson. So we'll do some subtracting now. So you're 8, 4, 1, take away 7, 3, 1. Okay. So we've got take away, minus, subtract, all sorts of different names, difference, all used for the same sign. So again, we start from the right and we move over to the left. So 1 take away 1 is nothing. 4 take away 3 is 1, and 8 take away 7 is 1. Simplicity, that's easy enough, yeah? And it doesn't matter how many numbers we've got, we just start from the right and work our way slowly back towards the left hand side. Now there is a difficulty here when, for example, we have 4 and a 5, and we go 4 take away 5. Ooh, it doesn't work. We can't put minus 1 there. So there's a way around it. There's a way around it. So let's do 3, 4, 2 and 1, 6, 3. Now we know that 342 is bigger than 163, so that shouldn't be any problem. We know we're going to get a positive answer, but here on the right hand side, again, start from the right, work to the left. If we go 2 take away 3, we can't do it. So this is where we do the borrow method. It's like the old imagery of I haven't got any sugar, so I'm going next door to borrow some because I want to make a cup of tea. It's that sort of thing. I haven't got enough, so we need to go next door and borrow something. So this over here is 42. Yeah, so bear that in mind for a moment. So 2 take away 3 you can't do. So you're going to go next door and borrow one off of there. So you borrowed one off of there, so you call that 3. And there's the one that you borrow to make that 12. Now, that number 42 is 4 times 10 and 1 times... Oh, that's the wrong way around, hang on. Got that the wrong way around. Not 1 times 2 is 2 times... It will come out the same answer, but... And 2 times 1. Yeah? So that gives you 40, that gives you 2, so you've got the answer of 42. Now we've messed around with this number a little bit when we borrowed, so we've got 30 and 12. Yeah? 30 and 12. So that gives us 3 times 10, and that gives us 12 times 1. Yeah, so 3 times 10 is 30, 12 times 1 is 12, 30 and 12 make 42. So although we've moved the numbers around, we've changed them, the actual value of the number is still exactly the same. So now we can subtract because the number on the top is bigger than the number on the bottom. So 12 take away 3 is 9. Now we go to the next one. We've got 3 take away 6. Can't do that either, can we? So we'll have to borrow one over here. So I'll borrow one off of there and call that 2, and then I'll put the 1 on there. So now we've got 13 take away 6, which is 7, and 2 take away 1, which is 1. So there's our answer. And if you want to double check, just add these two numbers together, the bottom number and your answer. So 3 and 9 make 12, 6 and 7 are 13, plus 1 is 14, and 1 and 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So we get our number at the top. Oh, let's do another one of those. So now we can be a bit quicker. So let's 4, 3, 8, take away 1, 7, 2. Okay, so 8 from 2, yeah, we can do that. 6, 3 from 7, we can't, so we'll borrow off the 3 there and put there. So 13 take away 7 is 6, and 3 take away 1 is 2. Perfect. Now, imagine you want to make that cup of tea, and you're going next door to borrow some sugar, and they say you haven't got any. You need to go to the next door down. So that's what this one is going to be like. So if we have 3, 0, 5, take away 1, 2, 6. Right. Now, excuse me. So 5 take away 6 we cannot do. So, of course, we have to go next door and borrow some. So we've knocked on next door and they said, we haven't got any. You'll have to borrow one from over here. So we don't go borrow one from the 3 and stick it onto the 5. We have to go all the way down to the houses, like a bit of a relay. You know when you see people loading big bags of thing on the back of a lorry, and everybody gets in a long line, and you pass the bags between each other before you get to the lorry. That's what we're going to do with this maths, is we're going to pass the number down the line until we get to where we want to, which is the 5. So we go to the 0, there's nothing there. So we're going to go to the 3. So let's borrow one off the 3 and call that 2, and that becomes 10. Now we still need to change that 5, so we'll borrow 1 from the 10, which makes that 9, and that 1. Now we can start to do something, because we've got 15 take away 6, which is 9, and we've got 9 take away 2, which is 7, and 2 take away 1, which is 1. So there you go. So that's adding and subtracting. But that's just the pure numbers. Now these, as I said earlier on, are going to be embedded, hidden in wordy questions. Functional skills is very wordy, so let's have a look at some questions. So first you've got to decide whether really the question is add or subtract. It sounds common sense, but you have to. So we've got, without reading what's going on, we've got a number here and a number here, and we're either going to add them or we're going to take them away. So let's have a look at what we're going to do now. So 7, 6, and it doesn't hurt to underline important things in the question as you're going along. So 7,643 people went to a football match in Manchester. 6,391 went to a football match in Glasgow. How many people went to these 2 football matches in total? Right, so this is going to be add them up, because it's total. It might have said difference or how many more, and then it would have been a subtract. So we just add these 2 numbers together. So 7643 plus, keep everything in columns, 6391, and 3 and 1 are 4, 4 and 9 are 13, 6 and 3 and 9, 10, and 7 and 6 are 13, and 1 is 14. So we've got 14034. Now, of course, the beauty, as I said before, as this is video, you can pause, have a go at these questions before I do the answers, and then you can double check, see if you're going on the right way. So number 2, 25620 people work for this PFC Textiles. 9,660 are under 25. How many people are aged 25 or over? How can you check your answer? Right, so this is a subtraction, because if we take away all these people that are under 25, we're going to be left with the people that are over 25. So subtraction, 25620 minus 9660. And see what they've done, they've made these numbers at the bottom larger than the numbers at the top, so we're going to have to go next door and borrow one all the time. 0 from 0 is 0. 2 take away 6 can't do, so let's borrow 1 off there. 12 take away 6 is 6. 5 take away 6 can't do, so let's borrow 1 off there. 15 take away 6 is 9. 4 take away 9 can't do that either, so let's borrow 1 off there, call that 14. 14 take away 9 is 5, and don't forget 1 take away 0 is 1. Yep. So show how you can check your answer. So we did this earlier on. So the way to check your answer is to do 9660 plus 15960. Add them together. 6 9 is 15 and 1 is 16. 9 that is 14 and 1 is 15, and 1 and 1 is 2. So we got our 25620n. So you do a reverse calculation to check. Zanib buys a dress for 360, new pair of shoes for 56. She has a voucher for £25 off. How much does she have to pay after using the voucher? Now this one is an addition and a subtraction, because we need to work out how much she spends altogether for the dress and the shoes, and then take £25 off because she has a voucher. So let's do this. So 360 plus the 56 is 6 and 4. So she spent £416. Whoa, these are expensive shoes. Yeah. And we take the £25 off because she's got the voucher. So 6 take away 5 is 1. 1 take away 2 we can't do. Let's borrow from there and put it onto there. 11 take away 2 is 9. 3 take away nothing is 3. So after she uses the voucher, she's going to have to pay £391. Now, Doug gets 190 hours of holiday each year. He uses 65 hours of holiday at Christmas and 45 at Easter. He wants to take 75 for his summer holiday. Does he have enough left? Oh, this is add, subtract, oh, lots of things. So He used. So let's find out how much he's used. Used 65 and 45. So add those together. 65 and 45 is that 10, 11. So he's used 110. Now we started off with 190. So if we do 190, take away 110, 0, 8, 8 hours of days. Is it days? Oh no, it's hours. So he's got 80 hours left. Now, does he have enough for his holiday? His holiday is 75. So yes, he does. With 5 hours to spare, because 80 take away 75 gives us 5 extra. With 5 hours to spare. And it's always worth doing this when you get to these sorts of questions, is when they say, does he have enough left? Don't just go yes. They've helped you here by saying explain your answer. But you should always explain your answer, because it's showing the examiner what you're thinking, your process, yeah? Because if we get, say, another question, does he have enough holidays left? You can either answer yes or no. If you answer yes or no and you get the right answer, you won't get any points for it. You've got to show you're working, show everything you're doing along the way, and put a little bit of justification at the end. Yeah, why? Well, because he's got like 80 hours left after he's taken his Christmas and Easter, and so that means he's 75 for summer, 75 take from 80, you've got 5 hours left over. Bear in mind how many points a question like this might be worth, so don't go overboard. It's not an English exam. You don't have to write an essay, just a sentence in your own words when it says explain your answer. Okay, so that is the end of that one, and we'll see you in lesson 3. There will be some additional material for you to do as self-study, so I'll see you in the next one.